the reason why I wanted to bring this on right now is because many people know that I recently purchased two smaller sixplex units in Burlington. And this came up, and it's actually very close. It's just down the road from the ones that I own.
Yeah, so
I think
you couldn't really be better located.
No, it's fantastic.
I like to do quick and dirty. Of course, before your final, you break down every last expense and work it out.
Like, I do think you can do this one high end. I think you're going to attract someone who wants a little bit more of a boutique feel.
Let's talk just high level about this deal.
But at the end of the day, I think it boils down to the right buyer and a pricing conversation.
Welcome back to REI Hot Seat. Andrew Hines here with Jacob Campanaro to talk about a Burlington building that Jake has a little inside line on. Jake, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me back on. It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a little while, and not really your fault. Our fault cumulatively.
Yeah, it's been a really busy time, right? So it's it's just been a challenge. I'm moving. I got my house for sale right now. So there's that. I'm not even sleeping in my own house anymore. I was saying to Shannon that I have to take a picture of my bed every morning to make sure it's made exactly the same because I got 50 pillows on it right now. So
oh, really?
it's fun, and you got a lot going on at home as well and everything. So
yeah, for sure. Plus we try to do these on Mondays. So that's always a wise decision.
Yeah, we're back at it.
All right. So let's talk just high level about this deal. I think it's one of your colleagues potentially, or somebody has a listing.
Yeah.
And tell me what you know about it.
Yeah, so I actually know the ownership group just through different channels and whatnot. It's listed with another realtor. I'll be very open about that. The reason why I wanted to bring this on right now is because many people know that I recently purchased two smaller sixplex units in Burlington, and this came up, and it's actually very close. It's just down the road from the ones that I own. And I thought it was an interesting opportunity to talk about a potential acquisition for myself or one of my clients. Great little building. Seems like it's been well taken care of, and it's just locations is primo. Like that's what really.
So we're talking more close to downtown.
This is in downtown Burlington.
Yeah, so super high end location, going to be in demand.
Yeah, you can walk. You can walk anywhere from this. You don't even need a car to
purpose built though.
Yeah, purpose built, concrete and brick. Yeah.
How old did you say? 75 years, something like that.
I'd say it's probably 60s,
1960s. Okay.
Yeah, 60s, 70s.
All right. So purpose built building. Now, as far as why don't we just start with rents and what we think it can get? So I've got on the spreadsheet a rent roll over at the top right here, which we can just take a look at. But right now, so it's a bunch of 1-bed units with a bachelor. So 5 1-beds and a bachelor. And this is the numbers provided by the listing realtor. So anywhere from $1,795 on a 1-bed in the lower to $1,995. I mean, hearing that, and I saw some of the photos for this, it looks really clean and nice. It doesn't really look like it needs anything. That seems low to me. But I guess they are 1-beds.
Yeah, so I was just doing market comparables for the properties that I own, and what was I running my 1-beds at? I think I had the 1-beds in downtown Burlington. Yeah, I'd say 1975, $2,000. Yeah, for a 1-bed, right? And something nice, something done nice. Maybe in-suite laundry. Dishwasher, that type of stuff.
Do these have that? Do you know?
I don't know if this one does. No.
If they have laundry and suite. So that might be the wild card that might potentially drop it, because I would think just downtown, if you got the in-suite laundry, you're over $2,000 just because it's downtown. Yeah. I could be wrong.
And I also think, the amount of condos that are going up has, I think, affected the rents in downtown Burlington on these apartments, right? Because you can go get a brand new condo for $3,000.
Yeah. So that is affecting it.
What clientele are you targeting here?
Well, and then the other thing is do you have parking? Because those other condos, for the most part, you're going to be able to get parking.
Yeah, there's parking here. Yeah.
So you got parking for your car. So yeah, I mean, you're going to get somebody who just wants to be downtown. Maybe people who even work downtown are going to like that. Yeah. A lot of service workers and stuff.
Yeah. So, it's the question that I've been asking myself is, do I go high end in-suite laundry, dishwasher, new appliances across the board, redo every unit? Or do I leave it kind of middle of the road and try to attract that type of tenant?
Yeah.
Because
who don't wanna pay the
because if
$3.
you want, like, if you're willing to pay $3, you're gonna
Are
go
they
grab
really
a condo
paying $3? That's for a one bed. They're paying $3.
downtown.
Yeah.
You'll be mid twos.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right?
you're still getting a deal.
Gets you a one bed.
No amenities though. So yeah, you're still getting a deal. So the one who wants the value pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the map view where this is. Like, it's right in the middle of all the little bars that you would go to downtown. Like, yeah. So
I think
you couldn't really be better located.
No, it's fantastic. So I think you're going to be attracting, like, I do think you can do this one high end. I think you're going to attract someone who wants a little bit more of a boutique feel, walk up, smaller building. They don't want a condo. And then obviously there's going to be a slight discount on the rent there. But all in all, I agree with you, Andrew. I think the rents stated here, and I know the buildings they're picking these rents from. So I understand why they've done that, because they've picked very similar buildings.
Right.
But I do think this location specifically could demand a higher rent.
Yeah. Especially if you go with boutique. Like, if you go with, I got to live at that building because it's so quaint.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get that. Like the people who know London, like the Wortley Village vibe where like it's old, but character.
And there's a backyard as part of this building.
Yeah.
Right.
Really?
Which condo has a backyard?
Oh yeah. That's kind of cool.
Right. So it's just,
they got a place for the dog.
That's it.
Do they allow
right?
dogs? I guess it's up to you to allow them or not. As I say this, I see a dog as I say that, so. And now I hear it. Okay, so I wanted to run through some of the expenses, and Shannon, maybe you can have those up on the screen here. So we've got taxes. These were all provided by the seller, or not the seller, but by the realtor who has the listing. Correct. Yeah, so I can't verify, or obviously you can't either, but we would, if somebody was moving on a deal, then obviously you'd verify it.
Yeah, and again, I think, sorry, Andrew, I just wanted to point out, I think this episode, and we've done other episodes like this, I think this is going to be I found a building on MLS that I like.
Yeah.
Purely based off location and look.
Based on what I like.
Right?
Yeah.
What are the next steps? And this is exactly what somebody should be doing. They go, I like the building. Let's look at market rents. Let's look at numbers. So we're going to dive into the numbers now.
Yeah. So we talked about the rents. We'll get into that a little bit more. But so insurance, they got a $2,730. I mean, you may want to budget a little more. That is on the low side, but it depends on how you like your insurance policy. If you go with the declining coverage or full replacement value, like there's a lot of decisions that are
industry standard on that. And that's what we've been just doing a lot lately is industry standard, which is so for insurance, it's about $450 to $475 a unit.
So let's see what that works out to. So 475 times 12. That's 5,700. Yes. See,
that's pretty darn close to what it would be.
Let's just put 5,500 in there. I think 5,000, you're going to get a nice policy, I would think. Yeah. So I'll throw 5,000 in there. Maintenance, I got at 8%, management 8%. Would you drop that? That's including replacement reserve.
So
I know you don't.
I think that's very reasonable for the age of the building. I would run it differently, as you know.
Yeah, you'd run a replacement reserve at 2% plus $700-800 a door.
It would be for maintenance. I would run it out, and it's concrete. So technically, as per CMHC standard, it should be. I think it was $950.
$950 times 6, and then it would be plus 2%.
Fact check me on that because I don't have it in front of me. But and then you have salaries.
I'll take your word for that. But I'm going to run the 2% times just the gross annual. So that would be 78. So it's close. I'm getting 78 with the replacement reserve and the per unit amount. So we're at 85. Close. Okay. So we're at, even 7.5. Yeah. Would get you close. Okay. Management at 8%. You may be able to do that a touch cheaper, but I'm including leasing as well. So
that's fair. That's fair. Because I think realistically for a building like that, you could probably get 6% management.
But then leasing on top, which is why I like to gross up because leasing's expensive when it comes due.
Yeah. So you either do a separate line for leasing or you just say this is what it is.
Yeah, which is quick and dirty. Yeah. I like to do quick and dirty. Of course, before your final, you break down every last expense and work it out. So then seller provided gas, electric, and water. So it looks like there's some common utilities. Probably not all, because they got gas at 4,000. Although that could heat the whole building.
That's
for sure.
That's boiler gas for sure.
That's for sure. Okay, so electric, common meter maybe covers the 2,400 a year because that's not that much. Yeah,
that's common. There might be maybe the bachelor units on that, right? Because it's the boiler room special. And
then they got water at 24 as well. So that looks like they just split the hydro bill in half. Hydro. It's funny. Like I have to tell my Florida team not to say hydro because that's a Canadianism. People look at you all funny if you say hydro. Yeah. Because electric and water come on the same bill.
But that's
hydroelectric.
But even I know all across Canada you call it hydro. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. But other municipalities do have water as a separate line item, no? Or am I thinking?
Some of them don't have it on the electric bill, but it's just so common.
Some have it in the tax bill.
Yeah, some do, do. But I think that it came from the fact that it comes with the water bill. But I don't know.
Yeah, like Burlington, it comes with the water bill. You get your hydro. You get your hydro bill. It's on the electrical bill. There's one bill. That's it.
Yeah, it's very common. So, all right. So snow and landscaping, they didn't provide anything, nor did they provide anything for garbage. And I'm assuming, I don't know if they have a dumpster, but if they have a dumpster, we're looking at what, like $180 a month?
Well, it's Burlington, so there's probably no dumpster because you'll have municipal pickup from
pickup would be every other week. Yeah. So they may have that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So possible, but a potential for potentially extra visits for people not doing it properly. But I mean, it's only 6 tenants.
Yeah. So usually what happens on these buildings in Burlington, they just get the big wheeling bins.
Yeah.
Right. You'll get like the big blue bin, the big green bin, the big garbage bin.
Somebody wheels it out.
And you'll have because on commercial buildings like this, there's no limit to like one recycling.
So I'm just wondering if you pay one of the tenants, $50 a month to wheel it out. And if it is $50 a month, then that's $600 a year. Somebody would probably do it for $50 a month.
I think you could do it cheaper.
All right. Let's say 25 a month. See, 25 times 12. Just throw that in there. $300 a year. You would have municipal pickup. That's right. So then snow and landscaping.
Yeah.
There going to be something for that?
There should be.
There's going to be snow for sure.
There should.
I don't know how much grass there is.
Yeah.
You said there's backyard.
There is backyard. Yeah.
So I'm going to say $2,500 for the year.
For both?
To include everything.
Yeah.
I don't see how you're doing it less than that.
Yeah. No, I think that's on the cheaper end, right? Like I think grass, you're going to be, I don't know. I got a quote recently. It was like, what was it? $300
a month?
$300 a month for cut.
Whoa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, I'll put 3,000 then. Yeah. I think you could do it cheaper, but
so if you buy this building, I'll get my grass guy to come and cut it for $300.
Get the neighborhood kid to cut ours, but he uses my lawnmower. So, okay. So purchase value. This is where, I mean, I'm looking at, I just threw 2 million in there because I hadn't actually seen the number, but then I did see the number. They want what, 2.4?
Yeah. They're asking 2.4.
Yeah. So 2.4. I mean, obviously at presented numbers, it doesn't look fantastic. Right. What's the play here?
Yeah. So here's the thing, like every building in Burlington or in an A market, I consider Burlington an A market. Look at Oakville, look at pretty much any of these markets.
Like AAA market.
They're always going to be like a 4.25 cap or like sub 4 cap.
This is sub 4 at market rent.
With like super under market rents.
Under market rent, the current rents. Yeah.
And so what's the play? What's the angle, right? So there's always going to be that VTB angle. There's always going to be the pricing conversation, the assumption of the mortgage. I do know this one does have an assumable mortgage.
Do you know what the mortgage is at?
It's about $1 million. So it's 50, right? So it's not super sexy. But at the end of the day, I think it boils down to the right buyer and a pricing conversation, right? There is a price where this makes sense. Right. And there is a buyer that is willing to say, okay, I don't mind owning something with a bit more equity in it downtown Burlington.
Yeah.
Because it's a long-term hold. I know the value's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. The rents aren't going anywhere. This isn't small town. This is, Golden Horseshoe. And a premium market within the Golden Horseshoe.
And they would be at what on that mortgage? Like how many years left?
I think there was 3 years left on that.
3 years left at like 2 and change.
That was like 2%. It was really low.
Probably 3. Unless it was CMHC.
It's CMHC.
Oh, they do have a CMHC.
Yeah.
So a small little CMHC. So I mean, at 45% loan to value, with out of 25 years. So I don't know how many years they got left, but say it had 25 year, then it cash flows. At 20 years, it's just breaking, just under break.
But it's
even.
CMHC. You have a.
You're gonna have probably like 30 years left. Then.
40,
35.
40.
Do you think they went 50 to start?
No, not 50, but
say 35 years left, it's 1,800 in cash flow. Yeah. But the issue, of course,
you're putting $1 million.
You're putting in the difference. But maybe you can blend and extend.
That's an option. So blend and extend's an option. The other thing I was thinking about on this one, Andrew, is a purchase plus improvements mortgage.
Sure.
Right. So you go in there, you're going to buy with a bridge.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go straight into CMHC, but you're going to do a purchase plus improvements.
And then that's when you would try and get the market rent higher than what they're saying. Like try and go for, you could do midterm. See, I think that something like that right downtown works fantastic for a midterm, like do a 30-day rentals kind of thing.
Right.
Like
furnished rental. Yeah.
Furnished 30-day plus. I think now you're talking something where you could potentially, so we could already run this at just what they said is market, which would be 11,325.
Yeah.
That's, assuming you can get those units turned over at that, with that heavy downstroke, you're over $1 million down, but now you're cash flowing $3,900 a month.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like this at let's find a way to make it $15,000 a month through really good photos, really good staging, and midterm approach.
Yep.
And then you can maybe go in at a 75% loan to value and still cash flow. I got 75, 35-year AM, and then let's just adjust it to like a 5% interest rate, and it's still $1,500 a month.
Yeah.
Like that's like, you got to be like creating the deal essentially.
Yeah.
Right. And I think, like, to your point, people would just look at downtown Burlington as a AAA market. I'd like to be down there. I don't love the price of entry, but if I have a strategy like this where I can create a boutique building, throw it on Airbnb and do midterms and then do short terms maybe in the summer.
Yep.
That could be a really
we
good
got
combo.
Ribfest Sound and Music and
what that thing could command for downtown rents. I think that's a prime, like either you do it yourself or you arbitrage it kind of strategy, or do pay somebody to manage it for you.
No, and I just I know we always talk about finding the best deals and lowest down payments and these tertiary markets, which at the end of the day I still believe is great investment. They're good investment strategies. They're good investment buildings.
Yeah,
but I thought this was a cool one. It's not, you don't look at it right away and go, oh my gosh, look at this deal. I have to buy it. But I think in the right market, like this is market value for these buildings. That's the thing. Like these aren't overpriced buildings.
Right. It's just where they're at right now. It attracts that foreign investment. It attracts money. Like big money will come for
this. This is actually a very fairly priced building.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Yeah. Right. And that's what I wanted to get to on this is like, I pulled comps like crazy across Burlington. Like on average, you're 350, 345, 340 a unit.
Yeah. So this is like three. They're asking $3 a unit, 300 per unit. And there's still the room to come in and
so you're actually
make an offer less.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, yes, these are underperforming. Yes, the cap rate needs to be a bit better.
It's under 3.
At
Surface. At surface, it's under 3.
And that's the challenge, right? And so, are these tenants going to be moving anytime soon? I don't know. Right.
Life changes. Things happen. So
come in with a good strategy, but this is more of a building that you can, you can have it forever, right? Like Burlington tenant qualities, AAA. Yeah. Right. You pass this on to your kids. Yes, the investment up front's a little heavy. Yeah. But again, the whole thing for this year is boring real estate.
Yeah,
right?
Boring real estate indeed.
That's it.
I mean, it's pretty darn cool. I think it makes a ton of sense for that
for the right investor. Yeah,
for the right investor with the right strategy. Not just anybody. Not just come in and turnkey it and come in with 80% loan to value. That's not going to work. If you're turnkeying it, you're coming in with a lot down.
Yeah.
But there's an angle, and it's all about have your angle and like you said, do boring.
That's it.
Cool. All right, Jake. So people can still find you through the link below the video?
Yeah, go to the link. We can talk about this property. There's a few other in Burlington that are kicking around right now. Happy to chat about. We can talk about stuff outside of Burlington.
Yeah. The point of the link is if you're interested in working with Jake and his team and you like the way that he looks at real estate, they have a commercial real estate team that really does this type of building and above bigger, specifically focused on multifamily. So
that's it. Awesome.
Yeah. Perfect.
Thanks,
okay.
Andrew.
Well, thanks for this, Jake. We'll see you guys again next week.